I'm a single cooker cooking for just me. A lot of times for single people, the easiest thing to do is to get takeout or meals to go, prepackaged meals, but the problem with those things is they become costly and you are limited to what someone is willing to provide for you. In these videos, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on a single ingredient for the single cooker, because just because you're cooking for one doesn't mean it can't be fun. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite ingredients, polenta. So this little buddy was sadly left on the shelves a lot in all the chaos of people buying pastas and rices, and it's kind of a shame because this guy is so versatile, you can put it with pretty much anything. So polenta is actually made from ground up corn, and it's used a lot with meats and sauces, pestos, really rich food to enhance its flavor, because on its own, polenta actually doesn't have much flavor at all. But that's why I like using it, because you can make it creamy, you can grill it, you can bake it, you can pan fry it, which is what we're gonna do today. As a single cooker, I like this tube because once you open it, as long as you wrap it up right and put it in an airtight container, it stays for a really long time in the fridge. So when you slice it, when you use it, you can reuse it more often. Anyways, enough about what polenta is, let's start cooking. So I got a little bit of that chopped onion, got just a little bit of garlic. I'm not using a ton because I also already put it in my dry seasonings, which is going to go on the polenta. And I mix it up, and I'm just going to wait for this to heat up a little bit. So I'm going to chop up my polenta while I'm waiting for that to heat up, and I'm going to get it seasoned with the dry seasoning. Garlic salt, so I didn't actually use any extra salt, just garlic salt. Pepper, onion powder, and I am not huge on spicy foods, so I have a little bit of red pepper in there. If you do like spicy foods, by all means, have at it. That's not for me. Like I said earlier, polenta doesn't have much seasoning on its own, so you do definitely need to season it and have the pan seasoned as well. Can you hear that sizzle, by the way? It sounds great. That's telling me it's ready to go. So I'm going to drop these in. All right. So right now, I am actually just using canned tomatoes. They're already pre-diced, drained a little bit. I kept a little of the juice in. I prefer this over jarred sauce because I kind of like to mess with it myself, play with the seasonings myself a little bit. So there's some oregano in here, some garlic. Are you noticing a trend that I like garlic? So I turned down my polenta just a little bit because again, these burners, they get tricky when you're using the electric stoves like this. It doesn't turn down as quickly as you would normally want them to. You can add chicken with this, you can add some meatballs, sausage, anything you'd like to add in the meat department if you want meat. If not, a nice side salad, a few peppers. And now I'm gonna take my mozzarella slices that we sliced earlier and I'm gonna lay them on top. Get them melting. Now I personally just don't want to melt them too much, simply because I'm going to be putting the tomatoes on top of it, and I still like to have a little bit of texture in the mozzarella. If you like it nice and gooey everywhere, that's totally fine. Absolutely personal preference on that. I have dog fur on there. I'm sorry. I have 3 dogs, and when you have dogs, there's dog fur every time you make anything ever. That's never going to go away, no matter how hard I try. I am, though, going to get a lid. Pretend it fits, but it really doesn't matter because it's still going to do the same thing. What it's really going to do is steam it a little bit on top, so it's going to melt the mozzarella either way. My sauce is bubbling, so that is definitely going to go. See all that? Oh, man, that is some goodness we got going on here. I'm hungry. All right, so let's check on these. They are looking good. It smells fantastic with this garlic and this onion and the seasonings I put on. Oh, forget it. A lot of times I eat vegetarian, so this would probably be a meal where I would just eat on its own. Come on. Don't tell me you don't want to taste that. I know you do. Let's try a bite. A little tomato in there. A little extra cheese because it's me. That is so good. Salty. A little bit of the tang from the tomatoes. That creamy cheese on top. Forget it. Loving this meal. So tonight the ingredient we focused on was polenta, and as you can see, focusing on one ingredient at a time can really transform a dish. So that's it for me, single ingredient for the single cooker. Signing off. Hope to see you guys next time.